Hello, my name is Kevin Gahan. This is Kjoldir, my lore master. In the background there is Amon Sul, the crumbling fortress on top of Weathertop. Weathertop, of course, is where Frodo and his companions had this terrifying encounter with the Nazgul. We'll be following some of the path of the Fellowship in that encounter. We'll be comparing the locations as described in the book with the locations as they're portrayed in the game. Apologies now for the buzzing sound in the background, but that unfortunately is my crappy microphone. Just crossing this little river here. At day's end they came to a stream that wandered down from the hills to lose itself in the stagnant marshland. And they went up along its banks. It was already night when at last they halted and made their camp under some stunted alder trees by the shore. I reckon this is the spot. In the morning they found, for the first time since they left Chetwood, a track, plain to see. They turned right, and followed it southwards. It ran cunningly, taking a line that seemed chosen to keep as much hidden as possible from the view, both from the hilltops above and from the flats to the west. It was already morning when they drew near the southern end of the path and saw before them, in the pale clear light of the October sun, a grey-green bank leading up like a bridge onto the northward slope of the hill. It's actually quite impressive because in the game, time and space are compressed. Journeys that take hours and even days in the novels maybe take minutes and sort of much shorter periods of time in the game, but yet everything is there. You know, the path with the boulders, the ridge going up the side of the hill. The attention to detail is very impressive. On the western flank they found a sheltered hollow, at the bottom of which there was a bowl-shaped dell with grassy sides. There they left Sam and Pippin with the pony and their packs and luggage. So I think we'll dismount our horse here and continue on foot. I'm pretty sure this is the route that the Fellowship took up to Weathertop, but it's actually not the route I would normally take, because the route you normally take in the game is a spiralling path around the hill. This route may be more direct, but is not the one that I've taken before. In fact, this looks like it may not even be climbable. Let's see how we get on. After half an hour's plodding, Strider reached the crown of the hill. Frodo and Merry followed, tired and breathless. The last slope had been steep and rocky. Oops, can't get up there. Maybe go around this way. I can get up here. Right, now that's the path I would normally take up. It's a much longer path. This is impressive. By following the route in the novel, I've got up to Weathertop a lot quicker than I normally do. And here we are, Weathertop. At the top they found, as Strider had said, a wide ring of ancient stonework, now crumbling or covered with age-long grass. But in the centre, a cairn of broken stones had been piled. They were blackened as if with fire. Having walked all the way up here, I think it makes sense to go and admire the view. Oops, don't go too far. Standing upon the rim of the ruined circle, they saw all around them a wide prospect. For the most part, lands empty and featureless, except for patches of woodland away to the south, beyond which they caught here and there a glint of distant water. I don't see any glints of distant water, but I certainly think the lands are empty and featureless. Beneath them on the southern side there ran like a ribbon the old road. Give it my name there. The old road coming out of the west, and winding up and down until it faded behind a ridge in the dark land to the east. Nothing was moving on it. Now in the novel they found a rock that Gandalf had scrawled some symbols on. I wonder, can we find that? I think that may well be it. Yes, there it is. Now, let's see, can I find the passage in the book? On the flat side, on the flat underside, Frodo saw some scratches. There seems to be a stroke, a dot, and 3 more strokes, he said. The stroke on the left might be a G rune, with thin branches, said Strider. It might be a sign left by Gandalf. Spot on, Mr. Strider. Sadly, I don't have a lot of time to appreciate the view, because Frodo spots something on the road down below. Strider's keen eyesight left him in no doubt. The enemy is here! Hastily, they crept away and slipped down the north side of the hill to rejoin their companions. Okay, we're nearly down. Now, according to Tolkien, Sam and Peregrine had not been idle. They had explored the small dell and the surrounding slopes. Not far away, they found a spring of clear water. There's the spring of clear water. And that wasn't the only thing they found. In the dell itself, there were recent traces of a fire. Here we are. So our companions make camp in this dell and hope to hide from the Nazgul. And while they wait, they pass the time with the sad tale of Beren, son of Barahir, and Luthien Tenuviel. The hiding doesn't quite work out, however. I saw something, said Merry. Strider tells them to keep close to the fire with your faces outwards. Let's get up here. Keep close to the fire with your faces outwards. Get some of the longer sticks ready in your hands. I'm pretty sure that this is the slope where the Nazgul came for Frodo. He tried to hide with the ring, but that didn't help him. 3 Nazgul bore down on him. 2 of the figures halted. The third was taller than the others. His hair was long and gleaming, and on his helm was a crown. In one hand he held a long sword, and in the other a knife. Both the knife and the hand that held it glowed with a pale light. He sprang forward and bore down on Frodo. It wasn't looking too good for poor Frodo, but thankfully Strider came, leaping out of the darkness with a flaming brand of wood in either hand. Frodo was saved, but he still bore the mark and pain of that terrible wound to the end of his days. So, I think it's an appropriate spot to end my little movie. I really enjoyed comparing the descriptions of these places in the book with how they're represented in the game. I've played LOTRO for several years, and I'd read the books long before that and seen the films sometime in between, but I never realised how faithful Turbine's realisation of Middle-earth was to Tolkien's novels. Yes, time and space has been greatly compressed for the sake of the game, but really all the detail is there. The attention to detail is really impressive. You can play the game without noticing any of this, but when you read the passages in the books, when you see that the very rocks and trees and stones as described in the books appear in the game, it really is a very interesting way to play. Thank you all. Good.